Stepping back into the year 2009 today with this DSi console. Spent $40 on it and it doesn't appear to power on. Hopefully we have an actual repair on our hands today. Let's begin with the charger and see if we can get any juice in this bad boy. It appears to be doing something, so let's leave it for a bit and see how it goes.
6.5 hours later.
Alright, it's had some time and we've still got nothing happening at all.
Came with these with the prior repair attempts. Let's open it up and see what we're dealing with. Aftermarket battery. Okay, so battery number 2 only charged for another 5 minutes on top of battery number 1. Still nothing. Let's open it up further. Now just before we do open it up anymore, I found a third battery. It's super old, it is charging. So have a look at 3.6 volts. Let's test it with the multimeter. Black probe on ground, red probe on positive. So it's 4.15. You would think it's okay. Let's do that with this one. .05. It's definitely above the 3.7. You'd think it'd be happy. Let's see if this one does anything.
Well, I think at this point it's pretty safe to say that it's definitely not a battery issue.
Guess we need to open it up further. Well, normally there'd be 7 screws in it. This one is missing some. Can't just yoink this back cover off. Well, it's not attached anyway, but be on the lookout for that. Initial thoughts are nothing really stands out as wrong. Visually, I mean, I dare say this doesn't work, as that one they've already swapped it just like the batteries, but I guess for the sake of trying I've got to do it. And there's a fuse on this one as well. Yeah, fuse is not doing anything. We'll pull that one out and check that fuse as well, and if they're both dicky we'll swap them. Lovely.
Just put Captain Tape over those plastic power switches, and now I'm going to use the hot air station to remove that fuse and that jumped little solder ball thingo, and we're going to put some brand new fuses in there. If you need some fuses, I will leave an affiliate link down below so you can get some.
We'll check that they're on right. Dump one back in, see what it does. We'll try that one first. That was jumped purely for the fact that the lights are still attached to it.
I'm not going to fully reattach the back cover, I'm just going to hold this battery in place, because as long as I hold it tight enough, it should work. Unless that wasn't the problem, and it still won't do anything.
Still nothing.
This is power board number 2 in now. Let's give this one a whirl.
I mean, I haven't put the lights in, but that wouldn't stop the screens showing up. Still nothing. Alright, so it's definitely not battery or the little battery board. So I'm going to plug it back into power and check some voltages, see where it takes us. Purpose of this exercise, back into voltage mode, black probe on ground. The leg of the game slot will do. We get 5.1 in the charger. Into our fuse, into our fuse, into the filter. I mean, we probably already knew that since the charging works. Look, I don't really know what the voltage is further down past the filter and the fuse are meant to be at what component. So there's probably no point in me checking down there at the moment because I don't know what it's supposed to be at where. I haven't done a whole lot of DSIs, so I've got a couple of donor boards. Let's just start comparing measurements between the two. Now, my understanding is that one there is for power management. So we're going to start somewhere around here. We're back into a diode mode for this one. We use red probe on ground now. Just going to see what some of these caps are doing. 540, 530. 538 on both. 500, 500, or 510. 510, and about 510 again. Oh, might have a short. Let's get this one. $3.80, and that one's telling me short. Ooh, let's remove that cap that's showing up as short and see what the pads say. So that cap is now gone. Let's test the pad. Ooh, still saying short, so it leads straight down into this chip, so we'll remove the chip and see what it says. Oh, let's find out if we're on the right track. It's still saying short. I'll try and keep my hands out of the way for this one. So still short. It leads up there. Check it on this one. Not beeping. Gives me a reading of 390. So we've worked our way back up to that one now. Let's remove it. So far, my strategy has been compare the two boards to try and follow this short and just, as I find them, move the components. I've been going round and round in circles doing this so far, and I've got nowhere. So I have invested a few $100s worth into getting a new benchtop power supply and a thermal camera. So hopefully with that I'll be able to make some proper progress by injecting voltage and finding what gets hot. And we're going to do that right after a quick word from our sponsor, PCBWay.
If you need high quality 3D printing without the headaches, PCBWay has you covered. They offer a vast range of print materials with insane accuracy and professional finishes. Perfect for prototypes, parts, or custom projects. Upload your file, choose your material, and they handle the rest. Fast turnaround, great pricing, and worldwide shipping. If you want your designs brought to life properly, check out PCBWay. In addition to this, they also have a web store where you will find awesome tools, toys, and merch. I'll leave a link in the description below so you can check them out for yourself. This is my first time using my benchtop power supply because it's brand new, and it's come with crocodile clips only, so it's going to be a little bit funny to inject the voltage in that little spot there, but I'll give it a shot. I'm starting at 1 amp 1 volt, nice and low so I don't blow anything up. It's my first time doing it. Here we go into the thermal camera, and we can definitely see something getting hot down the bottom. Just try and pinpoint that with my other probe off my multimeter. Appears to be down there. that cap there. Number C7. Look at that. It's definitely showing as short. Let's remove it.
Check if that short's still there. It is not. Woohoo. Look at that. Alright, well I'll get everything reattached and hopefully it works. Booyah. There you go, working again. $200 camera, fix an $80 console. Seems alright to me. If you need one of these, or you want one of them, just for fun, put an affiliate link in the description below, so check it out. Anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, do a burnout.